Do you need to patch those pesky CES leaks? Sure you do. Wow, Justin, what a day, right?
I know, right?
Dude, I don't know,
Just
like it's like leak after leak. It's nuts. Like, when is this gonna stop?
yeah, we were talking about it earlier when we found out. We're kind of disappointed, in fact. Like not necessarily in what was announced, but we're like literally gearing up for CES. We're on the phone talking and strategizing of what we're gonna do, and all of a sudden it hits the interwebs that there's some spoilers, there's some leaks out there, and it's
Yeah.
kind of a
But keep in mind, though, so I'm going to throw that we're both throwing a major disclaimer on this, right? Like,
yeah.
in the event that someone actually, I don't know, took the time to Photoshop a bunch of cabinets, that could possibly happen, but I'd say that's a low chance. But so
Yeah.
just keep in mind that if there is anything that is incorrect, it's because we're going based on what we saw. Like, these are pictures that were leaked. They were originally on Reddit, and then they're basically everywhere. And Justin and I went back and forth, like, do we even talk about this?
Right.
But now that it's literally everywhere, we just figured, why not?
Yeah. So, and the other thing was we wanted to practice that we didn't do any preparation for this. We just like, let's just go live because this is what it's going to be like all next week when we're in Vegas together going live, and we'll actually have real facts to be able to share with you. The last few days, of course, has been speculation, but thank you for joining. I think we've had a lot of fun through the speculation, and it's now getting closer to CES. So we're going to find out some real realities here. So let's get started,
man.
Ralph.
Let's go right in, man. We're going to go to the leaks reaction scene right here. All right, so let's go with picture one, right? So we broke them up into different pictures. So clearly it looks like whoever took these rubbed Vaseline all over their lens before they did. But here is, or there was like a fog machine or something going on. So here is the first one that we saw. So we want to break it down, and Justin and I are going to go back and forth. We're going to start with the most left cabinet. So what I see, Justin, is I see X-Men versus Street Fighter and Marvel versus Capcom. That's what it looks like to me. Now, it's a little interesting because typically we would see more titles on a machine, but it looks like these two graphics are taking up the whole entire kick plate, and then there's a Capcom logo above it. This could be the final release. There could be more games coming to it, but that's what it looks like to me. What would you say?
Yeah, I agree. There's a little bit of at the very top. We were talking about it right at the top of the kick plate. We can see it says Capcom. Kind of looks out of place because we can see X-Men versus Street Fighter. That's pretty clear. It's kind of the edge of that logo, and then Marvel versus Capcom. So what is that Capcom logo at the top? What is it for? What is it doing there? Is that a third game? We don't know.
Hey, Classic Kim is in here, and she gave the classic, "Hey, man," which is my classic line. "Hey, man." Hello, my love. Thank you for
everyone
joining.
thank Kim for letting us do this tonight, because we're kind of borrowed time with our family right now, because I'm going away for like 2 weeks, and Ralph's going away for like a week, so we're trying to spend time with our family, but instead we're going to spend time with you guys.
Correction, Justin, my fiance.
Oh, well, since, you broke the news a while back, so I'm just jumping straight to you're married, man.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, Kim, then we're done. We don't need to do any of that planning, so we're good.
Yeah, no planning necessary.
All right. Let's get back to it. So, all right. So do we want to talk any more about, maybe we poll the audience,
let's do this.
talk a little bit more about
what do you
that
guys
cabinet?
think? Okay, if take a look at that picture, can you see it? Hit a 1 if you agree with us that it's X-Men versus Street Fighter and Marvel versus Capcom. And then please mention us, RetroRalph, or Console Kids, to pull our attention to the chat if you think it's something different, if you think we're wrong, because this is somewhat of a speculative show tonight.
Yeah. So tell us, and we'll move on in a second. But I just wanted to we wanted to take that quick poll. So I think we're right on it, but hey, we might have missed something, or we're not thinking about all the options.
Yeah.
So we'll give
Looks
it a
like
second here.
We got a couple ones now. We can come back to that first cabinet if we need to.
Okay. All right. Cool. So the next one, man.
Yeah, go for it.
Hey, man. All right. The green screen's gonna mess this up a little bit, but the next one. Get those guns loaded, because it looks like it's Big Buck Hunter. So watch out, Bucks. We'll take you out. So, all right. So this is kind of interesting. So if you guys haven't seen it, I posted a video on Thanksgiving Day, and I was playing Big Buck Hunter on an @Games. So a while back, they developed a product called the Sure Shot HD, which is actually everything that the game needs to run is in this little device right here. So the game is in here, and the LED light bar is in here to actually, track the guns. So I don't. When I thought about this and saw it, I was like, wow, that would be really easy to do, because the company that created this game, and I can't. The company is escaping me right now. So Justin, if you remember, call it out. But the tech's already made. Literally, the game is in here. It has online connectivity and everything. So I don't think this would be a hard game for them to actually produce. Although it is interesting because it looks like the guns appear to be wired to me. There's wires coming out. So that kind of did throw me off. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Unless those are just
I see it.
cables to say that the gun can only go so far away from the cabinet, I'm thinking. So those
Right,
could
like
be
at CES, they don't want people to run off with it, so they just hooked up something. But it kind of looks like it's going into the control panel, so it might be wired.
It might be. So it could be wired. Anyway, so that's an interesting title, and it looks like Big Buck Hunter Pro, I think, is what it is.
Right.
And I'm sure there's probably some other. There was a million versions of that game, so it could be other versions. But I have played the one that this little like portable unit. It used to be called. It was called the Buck Hunter Sure Shot HD, and I got this at like. It was like on liquidation at Walmart. I want to say it was like $30. And so, yeah, if you had an At Games cabinet or just a regular TV or whatever, or a monitor that has HDMI, you could totally hook this up and use it. And honestly, it works really good. This little guy on an LCD TV works really well. So, kind of cool. I'm excited about that. It's a game I kind of suck at, though. Like, no lie. It's always like, you missed them, and it's like, God. But yeah, no, it's a fun game. So if you're looking at light gun games, Big Buck Hunter, it's pretty fun. So and wow, they like totally look at the cabinet. Like, it's completely a way different design than we've ever seen before. I mean, you look at Star Wars was that first, Justin, that was cool when they went with like a custom cabinet design. This is definitely way custom and kind of cool. So I don't know. Did you want to talk a little bit more about Buck Hunter? Or I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's not much more detail that we have. If you look closely at the cabinet, it looks like they have a single button that we can see. Maybe there's two buttons. It's black. You kind of see it in between the first gun there, and it's probably the volume control, where you can change the volume. Then we got a red button and a blue button. It's probably a player start. And then there's three logos at the top there, right? You can kind of see it. It's yellow, green, and red right at the top of the kick plate. That's probably like hopefully three different games, I'm guessing. We were trying to zoom in to kind of see what games they are, but we couldn't pick it up. And neither of us are like huge, big Buck Hunter fans. We don't.
Well,
Cowboy Ralph a little bit, maybe?
Cowboy RetroRalph loves himself some Buck Hunter, but hey, whatever, man. We can move on, I guess, I suppose.
So give us a 1 if you think it is Big Buck Hunter. No, I'm kidding. It's obviously
if it's Big Buck Hunter, give it a 1. If it's yeah. I don't know.
Okay, so the next cabinet is the obvious one that we all knew that was coming. This is the Burger Time cabinet. It's a 4-player Burger Time cabinet. No, actually, the 4 joysticks are for Karate Champ, and then it's the other. It's just for Burger Time.
Hey, Justin,
so what else we got in there? Joe and Mac, and then
well, Justin, someone actually said, I want to see you mod Big Buck Hunter to T2. It's a good idea.
There you go.
It's a good idea. It's a good freaking idea. Who was that? Wait, let's see. Who was that? Shoot, who said that? It already the chat already went through, and I can't see it.
Yeah, anyways, it's pretty good though.
Anyways, that was an awesome comment.
Yeah, so we already know about that cabinet, and it has bad dudes on it. So now we're seeing it
Slang,
in its full.
Slang Young. So Slang Young, 100%, man.
Yeah. So let's go on to the next cabinet because everyone knew Burger Time was coming. We now see it like a little bit of custom riser in there, so that's cool. We'll be able to check that out.
So Justin, on this one, you kind of helped me with this one because I was looking at you want to go on to the Pac-Man one now, right?
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh no. Well, are we done with Burger Time?
Yeah. So okay. Burger Time, Karate Champ, Joe and Mac, bad dudes.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yep. That one.
We knew that. Everyone knew that one was coming.
I mean, we kind of knew it, so we won't waste too much time on that one. But so this one, I was like, man, my eyes aren't that good to be able to see what games are on this new Pac-Man. And Justin's like, dude, I'm pretty sure it's the exact same games that were on the Pac-Man cocktail. And I agree with you, dude. I mean, I'm looking at the logos. It looks right. So if I'm getting this right, you got Pac-Man, Pac-Man Plus, Pac and Pal, Super Pac-Man, and Pac-Mania. Does that sound like I got it right?
Yeah, I think so. That's right. So there's two variations of this cocktail cabinet out there. This is the Sam's Club version. Sam's Club version is priced differently, but it has 6 games in it. And if you compare those logos, it looks like it's a little fuzzy, but it looks like if you look at the shape of the
Yeah, look
logos,
about right.
they line up. And so, but if you look very closely, what's really really cool about the Pac-Man cabinet is that control panel just goes right into the screen. So they
Yeah, it's
got
pretty
this
cool.
nice angle. And if you kind of look at the side panel, it's shaped differently. You see that, man? It's
Yeah.
kind of comes to a point. It looks more like the original
Well,
cabinet.
and then Justin, what was the cabinet I told you I thought it looked like? And I already forgot the name of it. Hold on, I'm gonna
Pixel something.
Pixel Bash. I think it's Pixel
Yeah.
Bash. Yeah, there's a cabinet. I can't remember who sells the Pixel Bash cabinet. It's interesting because that Pixel Bash board is actually really hard to get a hold of because they sell it in this cabinet. It's super expensive. I can't remember what retailers sell that now, but it reminded me a lot of Pixel Bash. But the cool thing is what we're seeing a theme. I'm actually surprised. I'm thinking in the Buck Hunter one, the reason why it doesn't have a lit marquee, I mean, it might, but it doesn't appear to be lit in this picture. But I
Right. Well, it
imagine
doesn't
the
look to be
expense.
on. The other
Yeah,
cabinets are on.
yeah. Oh, true. Okay, so let's say the Big Buck Hunter might be lit, but we are seeing a theme that the cabinet to the right of the new Pac-Man is the old Pac-Man, but the non-lit marquee one. But as we're going to go down the line, it appears everything that's net new has lit marquees. So it seems like that's like the go forward strategy, that it's going to have a lit marquee. Like that's not a negotiable thing. It seems like.
Hey, we got to. Paul just said something. You have to read his comment because remember last time we went off the rails because we didn't. That's where it all began. Is when we didn't read Paul's
Okay.
message. Go ahead, Ralph.
I have the real Terminator 2 and the real Area 51 Maxim Force cabinets. Love them both. So I think it's great that they're doing a shooting cab. I do too. I actually, the one thing that's going to be interesting for me on shooting cabs is that, guys, I want to be super clear that the shooting gun technology has pretty much had zero innovation in the past, 15 plus years. It's been mostly like all the same stuff. You know, they had like light guns, which worked with CRTs, and then you had these guns that had sensor bars to work with modern day displays like a Wiimote, right? And that technology was all kind of the same. In MAME, people that built custom MAME cabinets would like to use a gun that's by a company called AimTrack, or a company called sorry, not AimTrack. That's the name of the gun. Shoot, I can't think of the company right now. I order a ton of stuff from them. Anyways, it'll come to me in a second. So that AimTrack gun. But the technology is kind of like here, I'll give you an example. I'll set up my gun. I'll calibrate my gun because you have to do that every time you play usually. And if I play from the point I calibrated it from, I have a decent experience. If I move around or someone else takes the gun from me, I want to play, and they move up a couple feet. You got to recalibrate it from that point
Mhm.
that they're going to play from or back off. That's why I'm really interested because I always thought that they would be a little bit skittish going into gun games because there's so many variables, and I think that could cause a lot of support calls to Arcade1up. So it'll be interesting. I don't really know what tech they're using, but this is one where yes, it's in the leak, but I want to get my hands on this at CES. I know Justin does. He has a little bit of background with the light gun technology. So we're going to try to figure out what exactly are they using? What will they disclose? Is it anything new? Or are we going to have the same kind of issues you'd have with gun tech? But I do think it's
Mhm.
cool that they're deciding to take this plunge. It's definitely cool.
Yeah. So two things. Was it Ultramark?
Altamark, yeah, Altamark. Sorry,
And
that's
some
totally it.
people are talking. How's our stream quality?
Why is it not
Some
good?
people are.
I'm
Some people say they're having issues, but some people say they're just fine.
I mean, I've it's all green on my side. We're
Okay,
60
cool.
frames per second, low CPU usage. Yeah, we should be good.
Okay, sounds good. Let's move on. So we got all the Pac-Mans. We got to switch to another picture here
All right, let
because
me get.
I
All right, let
think
me.
the next one is pretty exciting, right? Uh, so CES is going to be on Tuesday. We're going to be there first thing in the morning, and so here's our next picture. And there's a lot to take in
Yeah,
here,
there's a
guys.
ton to take in here. We can ignore the asteroids though. It's just chilling.
Yeah.
There's nothing special on
So
that.
I have to say, recently, actually, it was this morning. Ralph and I were talking about the likelihood of Back to the Future coming out as a pinball machine, and we're getting really excited about it. Mainly because Glenn's poll on Facebook was showing so high
Wait,
on Back to the Future.
there's something going on with Zohar because he said, "I still love you though."
Yeah. It's because remember he's the guy that
Oh
you were like
no.
so hard. Just
No, oh my
ask a
gosh, dude. No,
question.
I was totally joking. I was being that
Yeah.
was shtick, Zohar. I love you, man. That was just totally me being like, I was really to be honest, the reality of that live stream is Justin and I had spent so much time troubleshooting a dumb issue that my laptop or my desktop was having that we couldn't get the stream started. So we were getting so frustrated. So I was like, my social quota, I do have a social quota. Like after a while, I just shut down, and I was starting to shut down, and Justin knows this, and like he started going on and on about about screen
I was just
resolutions.
poking him
I'm like,
because I
oh my
knew
gosh.
he would the real Ralph would come out, and I
Yeah,
wanted everyone to see him.
no, dude, it was all good. It was just me like wigging out over stupid stuff. So love
Yeah,
you, dude.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're not upset at anybody. We were just we were also just having a lot of fun,
Yeah, no, it was totally fun.
trying to make the best of the situation. So don't interrupt again when I'm talking about Back to the Future, Ralph.
All right,
So
go
why
for
don't
it.
you talk about Back to the Future here?
Okay, so the one thing that was kind of interesting about this is that okay, I see two things in this picture that are interesting to me. There's the box, which is like CES is pretty much a trade show where you could have all sorts of people coming, but you could have people like Walmart reps walking around. I mean, you could have a whole bunch of different things, and they're gonna go and say, oh, what does the packaging look like? I want to know what the packaging looks like. So they go here it is. So that looks like legitimate example of the packaging for what looks like the Back to the Future cabinet, which is really cool because up until now, what was leaked looked like just Star Wars. And so in this picture, what's interesting to me is I see Back to the Future and I don't see Star Wars. I actually see what looks to me like Attack from Mars artwork on the right. And just to prove that to you, here's a picture of an Attack from Mars cabinet, and that looks pretty damn similar. So that's an actual, full size, pinball machine. And I'm going, okay, well, that's interesting. Are we actually not going to get, I mean, I'm speculating. Are we not going to get a Star Wars? Are we going to get an Attack
This
from
is
Mars? Right,
So this is
Justin? I
the hard
mean,
part, right? Like the last 6 months, I've been involved in Star Wars leaks, and I'm sure tons of people in the chat were as well because it was a huge part of the internet for a while because of the new, Star Wars 9 movie. And it was
yeah.
kind of for a while there, it was like part of the entertainment. It was like the entire experience of the new Star Wars movie, kind of for me, involved following the leaks, and it was kind of exciting. But there's a downside to it. The downside is when your anticipation is so high for something to happen, and then it doesn't. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen here.
Yeah.
Everyone's so excited for Star Wars. And if they weren't able to close the deal and what we're actually getting is Back to the Future, an Attack from Mars, I'm going to be happy with it, right? Because we weren't supposed to know any of this.
Yeah.
We
I
weren't
mean,
supposed to know any of the leaks, right? And
yeah.
now I'm just hoping we get Back to the Future. To
I
be
know,
honest.
I know. So here's one thing. So what it looks like to me is because I see. All right. So I see on the box. If you guys look at the box, you'll see at the top of the box. There's on the top right. You see Universal, and on looks slightly right into the or slightly down into the right, diagonal to the right. You see the Jaws logo. Um, and then Back to the Future, and I can't remember what it's totally escaping me. In that Zen pack, there's one more game. So there's Jaws, Back to the Future, and one more. Someone in the chat will remember. So my guess is that, but John D from Arcade1up was saying 10 titles. So as far as that Zen pack goes, there's only 3 Universal games that I know of that are in there. So what else is on that cabinet? So that's why I'm like, is this a mock-up? Is this, you know what I mean? Like, so I just hope it is a Back to the Future one, because if you haven't played that FX3 table, it's really, really fun. So
Right.
so I'm excited if it is Back to the Future, because I'm such a crazy, and Justin is almost as crazy as me. I am such a psycho.
Almost. Come on.
I am a psycho Back to the Future fan. Psycho.
Yeah. So let's back up for a second. I saw a couple chats out there. Like there's kind of like a little story to tell. I'm gonna make it very, very quick. So
oh boy, hold on a second.
No,
Wait,
no.
hold on. Justin, I just want to let you know what you said. My name is Justin, Console Kits, and I'm telling a story, but I'm gonna make it quick.
Yeah. Okay. Just a recap. Some of you may not have known, because there's some people said there's a button on the pinball. Yeah, that we've known that for a while, but I'm going to recap really quick. So a couple days ago on Arcade1up's website, they accidentally published a pinball machine that showed Star Wars. The internet went crazy, Facebook went crazy, Reddit, whatever, and people were saying, look, they're going to make a Star Wars pinball cabinet. We even talked about it. But then John D on the Tech Buzz show, he said he could not confirm it, and he implied that obviously it was a mistake, and people were trying to prod him. Are you really coming out with Star Wars? And he couldn't confirm. And he mentioned that it's unfortunate that we're talking about the Star Wars leak because some of those deals aren't necessarily final, and he implied that it might not be Star Wars that's coming out. And other people will come out that confirm that Star Wars is confirmed, and we're trying to say we're speculating. It's not confirmed until they actually announce it. Even these pictures that we have, we don't know. Is this setting them up? Is this a setup? I'm sorry. Is Arcade1up right now setting up at CES, and is that the picture we're seeing? Maybe. Or this is some warehouse with a commercial, carpet down below. You can see that, and this is just some of the what would you call them, like prototypes that got leaked.
It could be. Yeah, I mean, it is interesting. That doesn't strike me as the CES carpet floor. I mean, it looks kind of dingy, and so like I wouldn't think that the CES theme for the carpet floor in a big conference like that would be a brown carpet like that. So I do believe, I mean, Justin, I'm gonna totally go with you here. Wherever this was taken, I don't believe it was on the CES floor. It was maybe in preparation for CES, right? Maybe. It doesn't.
We don't know.
That brown,
that's the facts. We don't know.
I know. But if the carpet is kind of a giveaway that it couldn't be CES. It just doesn't.
So we have to stop for a second, though. We did get a super chat, so it is the rule of YouTube that you have to read the super chat. Ralph, go.
Bubba D Matt 812. Thank you so much. Love that. Appreciate it. And he sent a Twitter message, which I was looking at while Justin was talking. And so Bubba D actually does, he does epic deep voice movie trailer narration. So he's asking if we ever needed help with something like that. Asking if we would like to solicit or, do some work with him. So absolutely.
We'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. We will definitely be reaching out to you because, maybe we can do something fun for CES. Absolutely. That sounds cool. But I appreciate the super chat. That was awesome.
We'll have to, real quick. I'll start and then you go next. Ready?
Sure.
In a world. Go.
Where?
Go, Ralph.
Where Marty. Oh, shoot. My microphone just died. Where Marty.
Let's start over. In a world.
Where Marty McFly's shoes don't auto lace.
And Doc Brown is in the future.
I don't know what else to say.
Oh, okay. You're horrible at this game. All right, so let's move on.
Okay.
So it looks like we're getting attacked from Mars. Yeah. Oh, now Zohar. Okay, Zohar.
What?
Thank you so much.
Zohar said, okay, Zohar. He is the self-proclaimed bigger Big Back to the Future fans say BTTF. So bigger BTTF fan than I am. He says he owns both Marty sideshows and Doc Brown sideshow. I'm obsessed too. Okay.
Okay. All right. So we will really appreciate the super chat, but raise your hand if you've read the script.
I've read the script.
Yep. All right. Type 1 if you've read the Back to the Future script. All right.
That was kind of lame because
move on
we
to
both
NBA
knew.
Jam.
That was kind of lame because we both knew. Well, dude, a lot of people are saying there's video issues. It's weird because I've got strong stream strength. We've got, we're going about as high quality as we possibly can. So I don't know.
Maybe people are like, man, that picture quality is really low res.
I don't know. We got 0 dropped frames. Yeah, everything looks like it's streaming great. So I don't know what's going on there. It might be localized to certain areas. Okay. So I do think it's interesting though, Justin. There's a couple things we didn't talk about before. This kind of faux coin door with the 2 buttons that you mentioned it a minute ago. That's kind of cool. I'm viewing that as they probably did what they've done in the past. So the button is both your coin and your player 1 start. I'm assuming that's what they do on most of their cabs. The one thing I couldn't figure out is so this is where I get a little bit interested too, is you've got the side buttons, which would typically be your flippers, and then you would only maybe have another set of buttons if you were going to do nudges. And John D was saying, well, we have accelerometers on there so you can actually nudge the machine to nudge it. So I don't know what those other buttons would do, but we're going to be there. Oh, actually, no. Remember, I think they said you're not going to be able to play it. You're only going to be able to see it.
That's right.
Is that true? So have we validated that? Is that 100% confirmed that you're not going to be able to play it?
That's what John D said.
Oh wow. Okay, so we may not. Yeah, we may not actually be able to play it, which would be a kind of a bummer if that's the case.
Yeah, so if you look at those volume controls, it looks like, I mean, that's the ideal place. It's like if you're going to build a pinball machine, and they haven't done coin doors up to this point, but you got to put a coin door on this. You got to have
So,
a place to
so
for the
Justin,
control panel, right?
Justin, hate to interrupt, but Glenn from Glenn's Retro Show, which we love, he's in here and he said hashtag worst secret keeping ever. I would agree
Yeah.
with that. I mean, guys, seriously though, I
Hey,
don't.
I think Glenn, I just kind of confirmed.
Yeah, wait, Glenn, wait, what? Did you just totally? You just totally confirmed it more? What? I mean, dude, seriously though, like, guys, it's kind of crazy that they just can't keep this together. It's just kind of nuts. Like, what? Why can't they get this? Like, like maybe in this day and age, it's really hard to keep anything secret. I'll give you one quick funny story. So my son's like, hey, I want to go through the football outside with my buddy. I'm like, cool, go play football, eat your heart out, have fun. So my front office window faces them playing football. So they're throwing it back and forth, and then I went to do a couple other things. They're not there anymore. Well, then I literally 5 minutes later, I get a text message. He was playing with his friend from the kid's mom, from my son's friend's mom, going, hey, look at what those two idiots are doing. No, boneheads. She goes, look at what those two boneheads are doing. And I'm like, what? And it's a picture off of someone's ring doorbell of them like ding dong ditching people. So in today's day and age, a kid can't even like ding dong ditch. So like, it doesn't surprise me without being caught on camera. So it doesn't surprise me that this stuff happens. It's kind of a bummer though, I think, if you're the company, right? Like, it's kind of a letdown if you're the company.
Yeah,
you
and
want to
then
have a big
two
splash
schmucks like us create a little podcast talking about it. It's
hey
making it
man,
even worse.
I blame Cowboy Retro Ralph. Regular Retro Ralph, he is above board. He would never do anything like this. Now, you know, Cowboy Retro Ralph, he's very heavily influenced. He's a simple man, and he gets calls from this friendly console kits who says, Ralph, we should really go live. We should really spill the beans. We should tell them all who gives a crap. And I'm like, man, come on, man. Don't do that, man. So I blame Justin if I get in trouble for anything like this, you know.
All right. Next slide,
all right,
please.
Next slide. We took forever. Am I the one slow? Oh, see how he's doing this? The roles are reversed now.
That's great.
Oh, the roles are reversed. All right.
Next slide, please.
All right. Hold on. I don't even know where I am. Hold on. So
that's my best Ralph impression.
All right. So I think I'm on slide 3 now. So hold on. So right there. Boom. So this is the one where it's kind of. This is the one where whoever took this rubbed a ton more Vaseline on the screen. Was like, let me put a bunch of Vaseline on my camera, and then I'm going to take this. So
now look, we got carpet and we got walls. It's like a weird stucco wall or something.
Yeah, the wall's kind of weird. So I know we're very obsessed with the flooring and the wall and everything, but here's one thing I didn't think of. I've never been to the Las Vegas Convention Center when it's not set up. So I don't know. That could be the crappy underlayment carpet that's there. I would expect the show floor to be concrete floor, to be honest. So that's why it throws me off. Because I do a lot of conferences for work, and usually the conference floors are concrete, and then they lay whatever they do on top of it for shows and stuff. So I don't know. Carpet is a weird thing to have at a show floor, because think about how gross and disgusting it gets. What they usually do for these shows, they rent carpet from places. Those get messed up, and they recycle the carpet and then wash, rinse, and repeat. So anyways, the interesting thing here is...
And you say I'm long-winded. Come on, NBA Jam. There are 2 games.
Like...
Look at them. 4-player cabinet.
Okay, so 4-player NBA Jam. Very cool, right? It looks, from what you can see, appears in this photo, which is really crappy, to be the similar size and shape as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles control panel, from what I could tell. I don't see why they would recreate a new one, although there was a leaked photo a while back that showed an NBA Jam cabinet that sort of had like weird angles to it. So this looks different. I would expect this to be the legitimate one, because why would you recreate the wheel on that? Midway makes NBA Jam, and it looks like there's 2 Midway games. It looks like NBA Jam and then NBA Showtime, NBA Hang Time. Justin and I were playing with the logos to try to compare them because it's so blurry, but it really looks like the NBA Hang Time logo. So I'm guessing this is both NBA Jam and NBA Hang Time logos from what I can tell.
That's right. And it looks like unfortunately, the Pac-Man stool is right in the way. So either there's a big black gap or there's a third game, but we're not sure. What do you guys
Yeah.
think?
I don't
How
know.
many
Do you
games
guys?
there's a
Yeah.
difference between how many games you want and how many games it looks like. So how many games does it look like? Does it look like 2 games to you or does it look like 3 games to you? We're talking about NBA Jam.
So I told Justin I thought Tournament Edition was on it. He disagreed because of the spacing of the logos, but that stool does look like adequate space for maybe a third logo or a second, and then the third one below it. So, I mean, it'd be really cool if it had Tournament Edition. So what do you guys
Yeah.
think?
Yeah.
Did you
Some
actually have
people,
them
I'm pretty sure tournament edition is in the middle. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's cool either way. I mean, dude, either way, if it's NBA Jam and NBA Hang Time, I'm good with that either way. If it has Tournament Edition, that's like even better, right? So I think that's pretty cool either way.
Cool. Now let's talk about Star Wars. If you look really, really close underneath the stool, right? You take the Pac-Man stool, look underneath it. You can see, obviously, this is the sit-down cab of Star Wars, but it looks like it's a container for the 3/4 scale cabinet. So it's not going to, if you look to the right, you're going to see Star Wars on a riser. So that's going to be the full height with the riser.
Yep.
We already know that. To the left, instead of a riser, you can get the seat. Again, the seat doesn't look like something that's fully detached, but it's coupled with the unit. I don't know if it screws in or not, but it looks freaking awesome.
It does. But
Really,
it makes
really
me
nice.
wonder, like, is this going to be available? Like, are they going to add multiple SKUs where you have, hey, you can buy a, non-riser Star Wars
Right.
and then as an option buy the stool instead of buying a riser. You know what I mean? Where now it's packaged with the riser. So it could be interesting. It could be like a modular. Like I kind of like the idea of having like modular options, right? Like, hey, do you want the
Right.
bench or do you want all three? If you want all three, could this support that configuration if you wanted to kind of move it around or change the way you play it? I mean, it would take up a lot of space, but it's kind of cool. I'm kind of digging that.
Yeah, it's hard to say because I believe Star Wars sold a lot. I think they sold a lot of Star Wars cabinets. So there's a lot of people out there that already have the full cab with everything. Are those people going to want
Justin,
to just buy the add-on, right?
someone's commenting about they like retro games, but they like retro cameras clearly by the looks of it. Yes, they're taking that with some kind of, but that's why, guys, like, that's why there's like a little bit of me that gets suspicious when I see stuff like this because I'm like, who the hell's camera looks this bad? But you never know. I mean, maybe this is someone that's working there that knows they shouldn't be doing it, and they're all like, whoosh, like really fast. But the quality is pretty crappy, so it does kind of make you wonder. Like, that's why I wanted to throw the disclaimer on it. Like, is this all BS? I don't think so. I mean, we knew we were getting. I feel like we kind of hit the nail on the head that we were getting an NBA Jam. It looks legit to me, but I guess we'll see. If we're wrong, then we're wrong. That's why the disclaimer there. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we have.
That's it. That's all the pictures.
All right.
That's all we got. I do think that we didn't spend a lot of time on this other one that I'm kind of obsessed with, but hold on, let me get back here.
Oh, the pinball one?
Yeah, I mean, I think that people are pretty excited about this, and so I don't know, would you guys actually be an interesting poll to say, like, are you let down? Would you be let down? 1 yes, 0 no. Would you be let down if there was no Star Wars pinball? I guess put a 1 if you'd be let down by that, and put a 0 if you're happy with if it was Attack from Mars and Back to the Future. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
So we'll wait a second to see what you guys say, because there's a tiny bit of lag between us talking and you guys responding. So again, I'll repeat it. 1 if you're okay with is that what I said originally?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
No. Oh,
let down.
Oh, yeah.
One if you're
okay.
let down.
Yeah, 1 if you are let down. If you would be let down if Star Wars wasn't one of the 2 cabinets. Okay. 1 if you would be let down. If
you have to stick with it.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 if you'd be let down if there's no Star Wars. 0 if you're like, oh, these are super cool. I'm stoked. I'm expecting to have a 50-50 because these are actually pretty awesome titles right here. Oh, Chris Skyzot, the resident Rouse Retrospect, says he'd be not let down, right? 1 is not let down.
Wait,
shoot, I forgot what I even said.
No, 1 if you're let down.
Yeah, 1 if you're let down. 1 if you're let down.
If you're let down.
0, you're like super okay.
I'm seeing more zeros.
Yeah.
Either they're confused by you,
they're probably,
or they're like,
does anybody even know what I'm talking
love
about?
Back to the Future.
I love that I can never get this part of it right.
All right,
I'm
all
like, all
right.
right, you're
Now,
gonna do
could-
0.05 if you're
if you're on the fence.
0.0.
Okay, let's do one more, right? Let's switch back to the other screen where it shows the majority of the cabinets.
Hold on a second, Mr. Console Kits. Okay, I believe that would be nope. I believe that would be this picture right here. And let me remove the attack from Mars. Okay.
All
Do you want to
right.
go back to our
So,
regular screen? Like I like us so much better like this. But if you want,
okay.
and I can,
No,
I can,
no, that's fine. That's fine.
and I think I can put
So,
our pitch. I think I can put that picture in between us. There we go. Pictures in between
what
us.
what I'm interested in, and this one's not a 0 or 1. Everyone's got to type some words, so get ready, but just keep the words short, all right? Oh man, things are flying too fast now.
Well, it's because you
Okay.
messed up the polling. I mean, I told him before the thing. I'm like, let me handle the polling. I'm on top of this. Like I know the 0-1 thing, and then look what happens. Justin does it.
Okay.
It's
I think I
zero
think we're
point
I think we're quieting down now. Okay, good.
zero.
So check it out. Here's the question. Out of all the things that we revealed, and we'll do a quick recap of it. What are you most excited about? Assuming that these leaks are 100% real, what are you most excited about? So let's we have the Marvel versus Capcom / X-Men versus Street Fighter. We got the Big Buck Hunter. We got the Burger Time. We got a new version of Pac-Man. We got NBA Jam.
Hey
Potentially,
man, you went by awful fast on the Buck Hunter.
yeah.
Show me some love. Show me
Back to the
some love.
Future, Mars Attacks, Star Wars Sit Down, right? And hey, look, we got Detroit Love.
Hey man.
No, seriously, Detroit Love joined us. We love you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
He's,
Actually, he
he
did, and
said,
he just said it doesn't matter. Just give me the cabinets. He gave a rock.
right.
He almost gave the rock answer. It doesn't matter what you think. I want the cabinets. I love it. Detroit Love coming in. Bam. Give me the
That's right.
cabinets. He just says, "Give
All
me the
right,
cabinets. Take my money."
we got
Someone wants
Zohar, who
Playboy Pinball. Yeah.
are you caught up, man? There's a super chat.
Oh, Zohar again. How many games will be a pinball and how many games will be in the pinball and cost? Okay. First of all, thank you for the super chat. Second, so if I go by what John D said on the retro, is it called the Retro Buzz now? Because they
The
changed the name.
Retro
Okay.
Buzz. It might be the cool Retro Buzz.
Oh, they
No,
renamed
literally,
it
they're
again?
thinking about changing it.
Okay, all right, whatever. So let's just say Retro Buzz for now because I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
If what John D said on that show is the truth, he was saying there'd be 10 titles per pinball machine. So that does lead me to believe, okay, if you do the Universal Pack in FX3 Zen Studios, there's only 3 in the Universal Pack. So what are the other games? There's going to be 7 more titles potentially on that. Hold on, wait a minute. 3 carry the 1. Yeah, 7. So 7 more. 7 more titles. So I don't know. Yeah. So it will be interesting to see. That is what he said. He's the official word from the man himself at Arcade1up. Said there will be 10 titles per pinball cabinet.
Now, as for the price, they said they're trying to get. Now, what we believe is happening is what they're going to have at CES is a prototype. They still haven't. They're not fully done with the entire. What would you call it? The production. What's the word I'm looking for, man?
The general release.
Yeah,
Final
like
version?
they're still working on prototypes and things like that. Is our understanding?
Yeah.
So they're aiming for $500. That's their challenge, and that's a really tough challenge, and they know it. But it's good when companies do that. This is their goal, and they're gonna have to figure it out how they're going to get to that $500 price. There was a poll that we saw that said they believe it'll end up being, according to the people in the poll, closer to $600. Again, that's different than what they're willing to pay. That's what they believe the price will be. And other people thought they're going to actually hit that goal of 500.
So Justin, real quick, the thing that I'm kind of, I don't know, thrown off on is how do they get? I just from building one now and seeing like what it takes. And I know I'm buying them at consumer cost, right? I'm buying them at what a normal, person goes to the store, buys the parts at. So I'm not getting it at the kind of cost and discounts that they do. I do still find $4.99 to be a stretch to pull this off. But then I start looking at, if they anticipate selling, 10, 20,000 of these things or ordering 10, 20,000 of them, and you're ordering 10, 20,000, 24-inch screens from China, you can probably get those pretty damn cheap, right? So maybe they can keep to the $499 price point. Zohar, you don't have to keep doing that, man. You can just ask questions. I appreciate the
Yeah,
money, but don't
just
keep
just
doing that.
mention us
Yeah,
and we'll see
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm gonna get to you. Don't there's no need to do that, but it's very much appreciated, but you don't need to do that. If they reveal a better MK cab, I will pay $5.99. Wow. Okay, that's a bold statement, my friend. What do you mean by a better MK
Well, he
cab?
said this on the last one. He was, don't give us another super chat to ask another
He's
question.
like, actually, no.
He just starts responding. Anyway, so check it out. In our last podcast, we're gonna start calling it a podcast now. In our last show, I didn't even say it this time. He was really, really wanting a new Mortal Kombat. Like he has the original one, but he doesn't want to upgrade it. And he was trying to save some money, right? And the Costco one is better, but he wishes it was stereo speakers. So really, he wants the Marvel cabinet. Like a Marvel cabinet limited edition.
Okay.
But Mortal Kombat. And
Okay.
he
I mean,
would
that could be
pay
really cool.
that
Yeah.
much for it.
I mean, I would be willing to bet that Mortal Kombat had to be a super hit for them. As far as, I mean, I don't think they would have gone as far as to making a separate version for Costco customers if it wasn't something that really did take off. So maybe we'll see that in the future. I think that'd be really cool. I'm down with that, man, for sure. Hey, there was an interesting what Zohar, stop, man. You don't have to do that. Come on, dude. All right. Well, there was one other comment I wanted to get to, but now I feel bad. Okay, so
he wants a 24-inch Mortal Kombat and better audio.
Zohar has paid for so far on the. I was planning on stopping at the gas station and getting a package of beef jerky and probably a water. So I appreciate it. So when I am driving to Vegas early on Tuesday morning, and I'll probably grab a Red Bull too. Zohar, that is funded by Zohar, so I appreciate that. But actually, a 24-inch MK cab and better audio. So that would be cool. That'd be really cool. I mean, I wonder what they'll do for, could they put other MK titles on it? That could be interesting. So definitely think that's a good idea. There was an interesting comment, though, that went through. So Scott, Scott's a really good guy. So if you guys don't know him, Scott actually owns a company called Game On Graphics. I used Scott's graphics for my Tatsunoko versus Capcom machine that I built. It was actually a mashup. So Scott did some designs, and then Tyler Goodman did some designs at Arcade Graphics, and I mashed them both up. I was going to use Scott's exclusively, but there was one thing I kind of it was actually my fault. I never actually explained this to Scott. Sometimes you can mess up graphics when you're applying them, and so the mashup kind of came via me making a mistake, but Scott did a great job. And if you're looking for looking for graphics for your Arcade1ups or full arcades, he's an awesome source. So he said, to the left of the Universal in that picture, does that look like Jurassic Park? Not the logo, but a dinosaur. So, and Justin's laughing at me, so
I laughed because we got another super chat.
Well, hold on. I'm so thrown. Oh wait, that's just me. Okay. Well, gosh, I'm like so thrown off. I appreciate you guys doing that.
Hyper Sam, thank you for the $5. He says, just because you said not to, but want to support your Sunday live streams. Thank you
Hyper
very
Sam,
much.
thank you. That's seriously awesome and so appreciated. Wow, like I'm really blown away. So now I can add 2 packages. I'm buying you a package of beef jerky, Justin. We got to feed you too.
All right, thanks.
So okay, so let me go back to that comment. So he said, so check, Justin, you be my eyes while I read this. It says, to the left of the Universal, does that look like Jurassic Park? Not the logo, but a dinosaur.
All right. What we know? Yes. T-Rex's head.
It does, right?
Yep, it is. He's so right. So of course, in the Universal pack for the Zen Studios, they have Jurassic Park. They have, what is it, Jurassic Park Trilogy?
I think so. I'd have to go. Zohar!
Stop.
Dude! Can I even give you something cool? Is there a... Oh, see, I don't have that thing where you can get a cool emoji next to your face or something, or next to your thing, but...
to be completely fair, this is well appreciated because we've been talking recently about we're both going to CES, and it's self-funded, and none of these companies are paying for our way to CES, so we appreciate it, but also we don't. You guys don't need to
Yeah,
give us
no,
give us
definitely
any
not.
money.
But it's wicked, super
And if you keep doing
appreciated.
it, we're gonna turn it off.
So I do want to get back to that comment. So Scott, dude, from Game On Graphics, awesome eye on that one. I did not notice that. Justin didn't pick up on that, but that is pretty cool. So yeah, could we have Jurassic Park on there too? Because it is 10 games according to John. So you figure, okay, now you've got Jaws, you have Back to the Future, you've got Jurassic Park, and I keep on spacing on the one other one that's in that Universal pack. So that's 4. So there's got to be at least 6 more on that cabinet. Could get really cool.
Yeah, yeah, I'm really looking closely, and I'm trying to figure out what else there are a lot of shapes and logos on here that
Yeah,
I can't place.
I
So
know.
yeah, we might have a lot on here actually.
Zohar is slipping money into Ralph's thong. Hey man, Retro Ralph. I mean, Cowboy Retro Ralph don't wear a thong. Shoot, Zohar. We're gonna end the stream. We're almost done, anyways. We have to end the stream because you gotta stop. Like, it's so appreciated, but you gotta
No, no,
stop.
no, no. We're just gonna ignore him.
Don't want to cool emoji. I'll take a better MK.
We're gonna change the rules. Anyone who pays money, we're just gonna ignore. Yeah, for sure. There's a Jaws logo on the Universal. We got T-Rex.
So
Or yeah, we
Justin,
got
if you want, Justin, if
no,
you
no, no. That's ET. It's ET.
oh, dude.
It's ET. It's not. I zoomed away and I can see his finger now. If you look really, see that right
Oh my
next to the
gosh, it is
U.
ET. It is ET. You
It's
could totally
ET.
see the light on the finger. Dude, nailed it. That is totally
So this is what
ET.
we said, dude. This is what we said like last night. It was going to be Back to the Future, Jaws, and ET. Like literally, I have a text message to Ralph where I'm like, it's going to be because that's the Universal pack.
Okay, Justin, I have to show this comment because it's awesome and it filtered it. I'm showing it now. It says Ralph is wearing assless chaps. Of course I am, man. Of course I am. I like to feel the horse. I like to feel the horse on my ass. Of course, man. Come on. All right, so Justin, if you're willing to, all right, you got to handle the super chats are out of control. You handle that. I'm gonna do something
Okay,
really
Detroit
quick.
just got lunch for you. The
Dude,
reality
Detroit, that's
is
awesome, man. You rock. By the way, I should be paying you money because Detroit Love helped me out a lot with so Detroit. If you don't know Detroit Love, go to his channel. He does a lot of like very raw tutorial stuff, but it's really cool because you feel like you're hanging out with him. Like, I think it's his basement, but I feel like you're hanging out with him when he's doing them, and he's definitely probably further down the path with the virtual pinball stuff. So he helped me with a couple things. I was having problems with Pinball X, which is a front end. So thanks, man. I do really appreciate that. So Justin, I'm thinking, can you hold on and take over for a minute? I want to open up I'm going to start up the Nintendo Switch just so we can get yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't think I have to. I have a video clip. All right, Justin, talk for a second. I'm going to pull up the
we
video
should
clip.
do it live, dude.
Really?
Let's do
Okay.
this
All right.
live.
All right, hold on. Give me a second.
Like last time. So
Hold up.
so check it out. We got Detroit Love. Thank you for the $7. Then we got Hyper Sam with $7 super chat. Any chance to do a tutorial on? Now I haven't seen this front end, so I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Nezca X Live. That's not a front end that I'm familiar with. That's a really cool idea. Maybe Ralph has seen that. We can check out on doing a tutorial on the Arcade1up cabinet. So appreciate that. I just put that in my notes for something to look into. Let's see. We got
Justin, I'm here, but I'm just going to be fooling around with this for a second. So just give me a second.
Thank you, Natalie Painter, who just says lunch, dinner, etc. You guys are awesome. Now we've recently just started discussing, so I'm going to take over your money. I hope you don't mind, but we've been talking about the funding that again. I'm not saying this is not a poll drive for money or anything like that, but we are going to start investing in doing an audio podcast. I'm going to go ahead and announce it tonight, if you don't mind, Ralph, so that
okay.
we're forced to do it. So the plan as of now, if everyone thinks it's a fine idea, we're going to do them live, try to do it weekly. That's our plan. And then we'll also host audio only. So if you're not able to come live, and maybe you got a commute and you want to just listen in, we'll make those available as well. So really appreciate that. And yeah, so what we're doing here is Ralph is got his Switch, and we did this on the last stream. He showed some games from Zen Studios, and so it looks like we're going to do it again because
Actually,
it looks like we got some more confirmation. It looks like these spoilers, these leaks might be real,
and I
and these are the
accidentally
games that we're going to be
I
playing.
accidentally launched Back to the Future, and that's not what I wanted to do. So hold on.
Thank you, Zohar, once again.
Zohar's
yes,
going.
you're right. Zohar, you started this. He's the instigator for like every single one.
All right, so Justin, this is going to be fun because right now, all right, if we look at it, what we know, at least from the picture. Now, keep in mind, we could all look really silly tomorrow, but let's just play with this idea. So, do we think that there is a dinosaur on there too, or are
No,
we?
it's ET.
Okay, so we can
So
at least say that Back to the Future. So Justin, you should be able to see the screen too. So you got Back to the Future, Jaws, and ET for sure. Well,
that's
based
right.
on the
So
picture.
the universal in the picture, maybe you can go back to the picture real quick.
Yeah,
In the picture, the universal box, there's two boxes on top of each other. Arcade1up Pinball, it looks like it's the universal pinball cab. And we see Back to the Future, we see ET, and we see the Jaws logo. And if you then look at the Switch pack, that's the same universal game lineup. So this all lines up and makes sense. And just to clarify in the chat, I think it was my family. Thanks for joining again. You said I lost it already, but I think you said it's only going to be a podcast. Let me clarify. No, we plan on continuing to do these live on YouTube, but we'll also post them audio only on your favorite podcasting network. So if you can listen in, and we'll try to describe the pictures if you're only hearing the audio. But I'm just letting you know. I'm mentioning that the funding's gonna go to. I'm gonna force Ralph to do that because setting up an audio podcast is not free. You have to pay for the hosting.
I got this. All right. So Justin, that's pretty interesting, but do we want to play with the idea that if John D is being truthful on the 10, what else is on this cabinet? Cuz I'd be willing to bet it's got to be something on this screen, right? So it's got to be a collection of other things. Now, do you think that maybe Zen would go, here's some of our original titles to kind of like as filler games? You know what I mean? Because they have some originals. Yeah. They do have some originals, but then so that would be kind of interesting. Maybe.
Yep. I think that would be very cool. Thank you very much. Stringer Films just says, take my money.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, this is it'll be interesting to see how this ends up shaking out. So if we know, but wait, hold on, Justin. Here's the thing. So let's just play with this idea. If the other one is Mars Attacks, right? At least the artwork is Mars Attacks. What other games could it be of this little genre right here for Williams? Because they have some pretty fun Williams games here, and you could easily get 10 out of this. You know what I mean? So like, you know, you could have the Getaway on there. You could have Mars Attacks. You could have the Black Rose. Like, there's lots of really good games in here. So, you know, maybe someone could kind of take a crack at what they think could be out of the Williams pack. I don't think so. So Terminator 2 is Williams, but there's a reason why it's not on here, and I can't remember why. There's like some issues with Terminator 2 and the rights to Terminator 2, I think. And I don't know the history on that. Actually, Mike, I'm going to butcher your last name. Is it Lebins? Oh, crap. Libidit.
No, I'm not going to help you
just
at all.
Help me. Come on, dude. I don't want to butcher Mike's last name. I know Mike. No. I just don't know how to say it. No, I'm not saying it. All right, Mike L. Mike L. Come on. There's a history to Terminator 2 that is the reason why I think it's not on here, and I can't remember what that is. So if you do know, that'd be really helpful, but I can't remember what exactly or why. Because someone else must own the rights to Terminator 2, I'm guessing, at this point.
It's funny. Part of Arcade1up's whole deal is, you know, they reach out to publishers and studios and they build a platform kind of for them. And so it's possible that maybe the Universal Pinball is for Universal. They contacted, you know, Universal and said,
you're
hey,
saying maybe it doesn't have 10 games and it just has the 3?
Maybe it just has 3.
maybe. And maybe
Yeah.
they'll open it up to more after. But that would go against what John said. By the way, I've never
Yeah.
played this ET table, so I have no idea whether it's good or not or fun or whatever, but I've never played it. I'm just playing. Oh,
E.T.
that's kind of
Phone
interesting. Look how you
Home.
launched the ball. That's cool. Yeah, I've never played this before, so these FX3 tables are interesting because they kind of like you can. By the way, you can shut off the ball trails on FX3. A lot of people think it looks unnatural to have the ball trails, so you can shut that off.
Mhm.
But I don't know. There is a little bit of a difference if you've played like Visual Pinball 9 and 10 tables. You'll actually kind of feel like these have like a little bit more of like an animated vibe to them. Like they don't. I don't really know how to explain it, but I'm not saying I don't like it, but it's a totally different feel to me than like a regular Visual Pinball 9 or 10. Oh, that's cool. Little mini game. See, like these mini games
We,
are pretty cool.
yeah, so we have a couple good comments here. So Thunder House Design said Back to the Future, E.T., Jaws, 3 Jurassic Parks, 4 Universal Monsters equals 10 games all in one license. So that's an interesting one. And then Detroit Love kind of asked the question.
Hold on, Justin. I
So
can't figure out how to go up and down. Hold on.
wait, do I have to do it in Detroit Love's awesome deep voice? So no, I can't do it. Sorry. So a Star Wars pinball and a Universal cabinet, and that's the thing. I'm going towards. Okay, if we're combining it all together, we understand there's going to be 2 cabinets or 2 pinball machines at CES, right? John said that on the retro buzz.
Yeah.
And if we combine that with these pictures, and that's it. Forget the website leak for a second, and we combine it with this picture. Those 2 cabinets are Mars Attacks and Back to the Future. Now, that may not be exactly accurate because honestly, this picture only shows one table. The table it shows is Mars Attack. We see boxes for Back to the Future.
Yeah. Well, and it is interesting, Justin. It's too blurry to see what's actually playing on the Mars Attacks table. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to look at what's playing there, and it's too blurry. There might be better pictures of this, but these are just the ones that I saw. So
right, when John D said, there's going to be 2 pinball machines there, I think he means like there's only going to be 2 that anyone can play that can be demoed. They may announce more more pinball machines, like Back to the Future may be one of the announcements. They're just like, we don't have one. We don't have a prototype. So
yeah,
actually, so maybe Star Wars is still in the running, but we don't know.
So when I was playing, Justin, I couldn't get up and down. I was using the launch button to get up and I don't know if you saw when I was playing ET, there's like this little mini game, and I couldn't get the ball to go down.
Yeah.
And someone said I tried following that tutorial and I can't get it to work properly either. I don't know why it wasn't going down. So I don't know what's going on. But Justin, I think we're getting about time to wrap it up, don't you think? I mean, I feel like we've said a lot. You guys have been awesome. I mean, I can't even. The contributions are awesome. That'll definitely be of good use as we get into CES. I guess if there was anything that is like burning in your mind or something that you absolutely feel like we need to investigate at CES, throw it in the live chat now, and we'll try to make sure we get to that when we're there. But yeah, we're super excited. It is a little overwhelming though. I didn't have a chance to pull up the map. The CES event is not only in the Las Vegas Convention Center. It actually spans the whole entire strip. And then there's some companies that don't even have booths there. So like At Games doesn't have a booth, but they have like a separate suite that you can get an invite to. Hyperkin, who I've worked with a little bit in the past, they don't actually have an actual booth. They actually have an offsite. So it'll be interesting to see, what else is there, who else is there. And I combed through, some of the vendors that are there that I'm interested in. I think Toy Shock will be interesting just because they're so new and they're such a small operation. We'll see what they have and if they can even, hang with this new Arcade1up stuff. The only thing, all right, we've said mostly positive stuff. The only thing that looks a little weird to me is the legs on the Arcade1up, but it could be the pinball legs, and I don't have a picture to pull up right now.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. First of all, don't forget about II Arcade.
Yeah.
Is it 2 eyes or 3 eyes? I can't remember.
Or is it II Arcade?
Yeah, so that one will be interesting. We're going to be checking that out. Also, the picture itself, it's all about, when you're holding a camera, I don't know what it's called, right? Like if you're coming at a higher angle or coming at a lower angle, where's that center line? If I'm going to walk into my pinball machine, my head is higher, so I'm going to be kind of looking down. So I don't think it's going to look like it actually has long legs in person.
So what Justin is really talking about is before he was married, when he was on like all those dating apps, he used to take his pictures. He used to take his pictures like from a distance so that he'd, look maybe like taller or thinner. Yeah, so that's what
Yeah, I
really
love the AT-AT legs concept that someone's gonna mod, right? Someone's gonna mod
All right,
the pinball to actually.
someone asked, will you be doing impromptu YouTube videos during the event from your phone? Yes, absolutely. We have I actually before so what I was doing before we even did this live stream today was I have a I'll maybe throw some pictures on Facebook or something. But I had a bunch of stuff set up, like all the cameras, all the microphones, all the things we're bringing. So we're not only going to have live from the show floor stuff, but we plan on doing this show at night as a recap. So Justin and I will kind of like, as we walk the show floor, kind of like write down notes of notable things and have a show on it every night. So it's not going to be just Arcade1up, although I'm sure that'll consume a lot of the content.
Yeah. So that's the plan. We're going to kind of do this format, but it'll be cool. There won't be this divider in between us.
We'll actually be in the same room.
It'll be in the same location, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And what else we got?
I think that's it, man. I think that's it. Because, I'll keep going. I'm actually feeling a lot more rejuvenated today than I was the other day, even though tomorrow's Monday and everyone has to work, which is super bummer. But, back to work.
Zohar says he can't join the show during CES because he's broke now. So that's fine, dude.
Oh, dude.
He didn't really see RetroRalph. He actually thought I was serious. See that look? See that look right there? That was him actually thinking I was serious.
Okay, all right.
No, one thing I'm super excited about at CES, 10 pounds. I'm super excited about losing 10 pounds.
Wait, why are you losing 10
Because
pounds?
there's going to be so much walking that we're going to do, right?
Well, I'm good with that because I've gained 20 pounds as retro. But before this whole YouTube thing started, I was 20 pounds lighter. I've gained 20 pounds because honestly, like, I don't work out anymore. I basically go, not that I was all that into working out, but I would like, exercise. And now any of that open time is really like YouTube, or research or whatever. So anyways, it is what it is. But, all right, we have one more super chat and we got to lock it up. We got to lock it up after that. Can I get 8 quarters for that NBA Jam back there?
Sounds good.
Sounds all right. All right. So, you look great.
Yeah, so
I'll say Zohar's now coming on to you. So, and that doesn't cost anything. That's free. He said you look great.
We don't charge anything for this show. Just to talk about that for a second. So, RetroRalph, you mentioned that you're kind of going on a little health kick for a while. So while we're at CES, we're going to try to keep things healthy, and I'm going to support you on that. And my plan is when I get back from CES, I'm gonna try to get a little bit more healthy.
Okay,
that's
because
my plan.
You did not that we need to talk, not that we needed to talk about this, but you did say to me at one point in time that you felt that you've been a little unhealthy as you've been sort of like taking on more of your hobby stuff, right? So we're all trying to be a little more healthy in 2020. We'll see.
It's the whole thing of if you're constantly busy trying to make videos or whatnot, then you kind of cut corners on other areas like eating and working out.
Someone did mention bagel bites with ranch.
Mention that.
Bagel bites with ranch sound pretty awesome. That would fall outside of the health guidelines, but I do think that sounds pretty awesome. So someone did mention one thing will end up. Someone said, what happened to Wallcades? I'm assuming there might be a lot of more stuff. I mean, actually, I'm not assuming. There will be a lot more stuff than what we see in these pictures, right? This is someone got a hold of these, took them really quick. I would imagine there's going to be more stuff that falls into like maybe enhancements to the cocktail cabinets the head-to-head cabinets or something like that. So I don't think this is the end-all be-all. And keep in mind, there might be some stuff that isn't even accurate on these, right? But the fact that Glenn came in here and was like, thumbs up, guys, it's all accurate. I'm going to go with that. I'm blaming Glenn. Glenn's the godfather of this whole entire thing. He is the godfather of home arcades. He says it's accurate. So, oh wow, I just ran into my.
One last super chat. So Zohar says, "Please give some money to Console Kits too."
Yeah,
thank you very much.
That's probably not going to happen, but
probably
thanks, Zohar. I'm kidding. That's a joke. It's a joke. All right.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what. When we go live,
I will, Zohar. I'll give it.
He's going to hand me $2, Zohar. Don't worry.
I will actually. You will see that. That will happen. Okay. It will happen. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to play my music here. There we go. All right, guys. Thank you so much. This was super fun. You were really fun and interactive. The super chats were definitely very, very much appreciated. Not necessary, but very appreciated. So thanks again. Justin and I will be live from CES on Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. I don't know about Friday night. Friday night, we're all going to be going home, so maybe not on Friday. But at least those 3 nights, we'll absolutely be doing it. So, oh, no, don't. Someone said Glenn broke his NDA. No. Glenn didn't break his NDA.
We're just teasing.
No, we're just teasing. He would never. He's tight-lipped. All right, guys, thanks again. We will see you soon. There will not be any further content unless there's another leak between now and then, but I don't think so. So, thanks again, and we will see you guys.
Starting with super chats.
Yeah, thank you. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care.